Hey everybody, Jerry Williams, aka Greater Sapien here. Thanks for stopping by. The other day on my primary Greater Sapien channel, I presented a bit of silliness, a satire of what a conspiracy theorist might think was truly going on during a conspiracy to cover up a flat Earth. It went something like this.
Things get clearer once you see the whole picture.
Speaking of the picture, I wanted to check and see.
Now, since this channel was about the more lighthearted things I enjoy in my personal life, I thought I would present to you here the reality behind the making of that radio play, as I like to call it. Although it was written and performed by me, the voices were swapped using 11 Labs AI voices. So here, for your enjoyment, is the foolishness that is me producing that entire project, sound effects and all. Now, this is a brand new channel, so please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to see more. Enjoy.
Begin transmission. Good evening, reality deniers and truth seekers. As you are all well aware, at this very moment, there is a so-called expedition, known as the Final Experiment, purporting to be a venture to Union Glacier to observe and record an occurrence of a 24-hour sun in the southern hemisphere. Many truth seekers have understood from the beginning that this was a fraudulent undertaking. One of the primary defenses the globe proponents have used is the claim that these expeditions have been ongoing for years by third-party non-government agents. That defense no longer holds. Today, a heroic whistleblower has managed to record a secret conversation from the site of the Final Experiment that reveals the truth behind this entire facade. Due to limited bandwidth, the audio is of poor quality, but the facts presented are of the highest value. Here is the truth.
Okay. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Okay. You can do this, Simon.
Simon, all set, kid. We've got the Leggett to Sector 3.
Oh, yes, sir. Just grabbing my gloves.
Good lad. As I was saying, we're going to head over to Sector 3. Have you read up on it?
That's, the magnetic field generator?
Precisely. As you now know, the Southern Magnetic Pole does it. Well. If it isn't Landry, the puppet master himself, tired of running the show from your ivory tower, decided to come down to Earth?
Harborer, always a pleasure. Who's this tagging along? A new recruit?
This is our newest intern, Simon. He's shadowing me for a while, fresh out of some tech institute. Eager to learn the ropes, aren't you, Simon?
Yes, sir. I mean, Mr. Landry, it's an honor to meet you. I've heard about your work in, well, I call it creative illusions?
Creative illusions, eh? I like that. I've heard much worse. Welcome to the team, Simon. And don't worry, I can see from that look you're a bit confused. Things get clearer once you see the whole picture.
Speaking of the picture, I wanted to check and see how our little Antarctic simulation is looking from a control point of view.
Flawless. Our new quantum chip runs the volume so smoothly it's almost scary. The flat earthers have no idea they're standing in a glorified movie set.
I've read about the volume. They used it in The Mandalorian, right? To simulate alien landscapes?
Exactly. But what they used for that was just a prototype. Our dome here is leagues ahead. Full 360-degree projections, retroreflective prisms that give the individuals unique POVs, dynamic environmental changes, and full-spectrum light physics so accurate you'd think the sun was actually circling above.
But how do you stop them from realizing they're not outside? I mean, wouldn't they notice something off?
Oh, Simon, that's where the details come in. The environmental system mimics Antarctic wind perfectly. The snow feels real. We even tweak the humidity. Their own biases do the rest. These people want to believe they're on an Antarctic expedition.
And they have a little help from the atmospheric psychopharmaceuticals.
Atmospheric... chemtrails?
Heh, yeah. Before they even got here, we seeded the skies of our Punta Arenas with cloud slates with our little cocktail. Kept the area overcast for a few days, just enough to make sure they couldn't observe the sun properly from the ground. They called it bad luck. We call it preparation.
The real trick is the plane ride. That's where the heavy lifting happened.
Oh, right. The flight. How does that work exactly?
The pride of our operation. The flat earthers boarded thinking they were flying to Union Glacier, but the plane never left Chilean airspace. The cabin was a high-tech simulator outfitted with holographic windows showing endless ice fields.
And we spiked their in-flight drinks with a mild sedative, just enough to make them suggestible. They woke up groggy, but didn't question a thing.
What about the Pro-Globe people on the trip?
Oh, most of them are assets of ours. Have been for years. One of the flatties is ours, too.
Which one?
You know, all social media Globers can't be on the payroll. Some of them have to really believe it, so we put them through the process like all the flatties.
But
Why go through all this to convince the flat earthers about the globe? Because it won't convince them. It will push them to become more entrenched, more extreme in their views. And the more the public sees their extremism, the more the public will turn toward what we want them to believe.
Duffy is new. What's his angle in all this?
He gets his credibility with the round earth crowd. They'll call him a hero for proving the 24-hour sun exists. Meanwhile, he gets a nice fat deposit in his offshore account. Everyone wins. Except the truth seekers.
Cover. What's the PERT military status?
They've locked down the actual Antarctic regions tighter than ever. No one's getting through. From either side.
from...
Hey, which one is that?
Antarctic ice. Wait, can I flip this camera?
That's Jaron Campanella. He's recording himself in front of some
Antarctic
snow
ice
sculpture.
Marathon.
The irony is delicious. This guy got a free trip to Antarctica, and now he's talking to his followers about how awesome this trip is. Meanwhile, he's standing in a dome run by the very people he claims to expose.
Wait, what's he planning to do?
Looks like he's about to vandalize the sculpture. Classic Jaron.
Let him have his moment. It's all a part of the circus.
I heard Jaron talking earlier about heading to the red zone. What's that?
Ah, the red zone. Another piece of our little play. We told them it's an area riddled with crevasses, deadly to anyone who strays too close. In reality, it's the boundary of the volume. Anyone who gets near would see the edge of the projection and realize it's all fake.
If someone insists on venturing too close, well, let's just say the crevasse swallows them.
You mean...
Let's just say there would be no more live streaming on that channel.
Wow. And everyone is keeping in their little groups. I heard there were filming restrictions. That's working in our favor too, right?
Perfectly. The flat earthers were terrified that globe proponents would manipulate their footage, so they insisted on this no filming agreement. Little did they know, we planted that fear.
Now only we control the cameras, which we tampered with during the flight. Their footage, edited on the fly before they even see it. Their suspicions only made the job easier.
It's incredible the scale of this.
Oh, Simon, this is nothing. Think about the moon landing. That wasn't just a what-off. It was our proof of concept. We've been refining this for decades.
And now with quantum computing, holograms, and advanced psychology, it's child play. Oh, hold on.
Hey, excuse me.
Austin! Everything all right, son?
Yeah, I just wanted you to know, a few of us were talking, and the clouds, are they looking weird? Like, I was wondering if you knew anything about retroreflective zootropic seismography. There could...
Austin, that's just the Antarctic conditions for you. The brightness of the sky and the surface makes everything seem unusual. Why don't you take some time to relax in tent,
8.
8. It has a nice selection of incense and teas for you in there.
Yeah, all right. It's just, it seems strange, that's all.
That was too close.
We need to increase the randomness of the cloud generation. I'll adjust the algorithm. And I'll recalibrate the snow sensors. Make sure the individual POVs are dialed in.
And we keep a closer eye on Campanella, Simon. If he pokes around too much, you know what to do.
Understood.
All right, this is my rover back to control. I've got work to do. I'll see you at the production meeting tomorrow. Good meeting you, Simon.
You too, sir.
Okay, on to Sector 3. As I was saying. Oh, watch the ice.
What? Mula?
Unfortunately, the recording stops there, but the truth it presents is more than enough. I know many of you Globe supporters are shaken to your core after this revelation. That's understandable. Paradigm shifts take time. But know we are here for you. End transmission.